name is Masum, and today I'm going to talk to you about something I've been doing for a couple of years now. I've been doing it almost every day for, let's say, around 2 years. There has been some days where I haven't done it for different reasons, and there has been, I think, 1 month where I didn't do it at all. I think that was 2015, the year I started doing it. I think around December. And maybe also at some point in April of 2016, where I did it very less. And that is urine therapy. Somehow I need to talk about it. I have talked to a few friends about it, and it's not something like people ask me why I look so much better, I look so much happier, so many things have happened to me. And I will attribute urine therapy to a certain extent to that. I spent a year and 4 months in India, and before that, I just came back a month ago. We're now in the middle of February 2017. A month ago, I came back to Denmark after a year and 4 months in India. And before that, my father passed away around 2 years ago. And he was very sick. I've been sick of the same things. And to make it short, after he passed away, I couldn't understand why my grief was so different. I was very angry. I didn't feel like I could speak about it. And now I have realized he was quite emotionally abusive towards me and my mother. It's been like, when people have said, oh, are you sure? Like, everybody has like a bad family, like, no, it was that bad. I wrote about it on my blog. And I will even go to the extent of saying he was a psychopath. He definitely had lots of psychopath traits. But there are certain things like, when you're in that environment, it's not, like, you can't talk about it. Or you can't even feel it. It's not gonna be inside. So, going back to my illness, after my father passed away, I was sick, I was throwing up, like, I was feeling much better than I did before. I had been cleansing my body, like, lots of parasites were coming out, and like, yeah, I was feeling much better, much more happy. Even though my father had passed away, I was super happy, to a certain extent. Something has been inside me for many years. Like, it is coming out now, and that's why I'm doing this video. And someday I get this email, and I'm reading through it. It's a newsletter. Sorry, my bindi is wrong. And at the end of the newsletter, it says urine therapy. Like, okay. And it immediately clicked. Like, I hadn't even read 10 sentences of this article, and I knew that this is something I wanted to do. At this time, I was still here in Denmark. I had decided to go to India, and I did have some worries about how to get through India, because at this time I was doing 2 enemas a day. Every day, morning, evening, and if I didn't do, I couldn't go to the bathroom. Like, I would be angry, constipated. Yeah, my intestines were not working at all. My stomach was not working. My Chinese doctor kept telling me, you have to eat some meat, because I was vegetarian. I had become vegetarian because meat had made me feel pain in my stomach every time I ate it. Then I became vegetarian, things became better, but then my vata, according to Ayurveda, must have gotten too much because I was too cold all the time. But then I start this urine therapy. And actually, like, the Chinese doctor didn't even say anything about it, but her assistant was grossed out. And now I found out later that it is something that Chinese people have been doing for years. And yeah, I kept doing it. I went to India and I kept doing it. And actually, I think now that I'm remembering, there was a month in July after I started, like 2-3 months later, where I got a UTI. I thought it was because of the urine therapy. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It was something else. Because of the cleansing I was doing. I think I had like held on to my pee a little bit too much. I've had urine UTIs many times before, so yeah, it hasn't had nothing to do with the urine therapy. But I started to feel was my eyes were getting more blue, more clear. My skin was definitely getting better, and I started to think more. And then I go to India, and I like quit doing the enemas just from one day to another. And it actually went fine, and I was doing I'm a yoga teacher, so I went to India to take another course as a yoga teacher, more intensive course. What I did in between the breaks, I would run home to my hotel because I didn't live at the ashram, and then I would drink my urine and go back to class. Or I would have it in my bag, and then I have like a small plastic cup that I have in my bag. I should maybe have something else, but that's what I have right now. So I do actually sometimes bring my cup with me and drink it sometimes, depending on where I am. So that's how I sort of got through it, and I've continued to do this practice. It has been some times where I've like backed down. I forgot to do it, whatever, something. And see, why I'm making this video is I am noticing that whenever I stop doing urine therapy, I gain weight and I become very moody. And that is not something I'm very fond about. The whole process, this is my spiritual journey is highly related to urine therapy, I think, because I've actually in 2 years opened up quite a lot, and especially the last since September I've like made huge progress that has made me open enough to come back to Denmark and work, because my father was a hoarder as well, so we have lots of things here, has made me open enough to work with these things. Lots of anger has come up, like even just being able to say to people, my father was emotionally abusive towards me and my mother. He was a dickhead. Like I have right now, in the sense that we're speaking, I have no sense of love for him at all. And this is something terrible. We should not talk badly about the dead people. But as of now, he knows this. I believe in reincarnation, I believe in past lives, so I'm pretty sure he will agree with anything I say because it wasn't easy. Some karma has had to come through. And this anger is just really intense, and at some point a few days ago I'm realizing I've only been drinking a little bit in the morning, and also I started to drink a liter of warm water every day. Has been helping me a lot, and doing beautiful things to me, especially my skin has cleared up again. But after I came back, like I've been emotionally eating a lot here. Of course, some foods I haven't had in a while, so I'm eating that again. And I'm sorry if I'm looking at myself. Yeah, hey. And I'm like my mood has been really off. Like I haven't been able to do anything. I'm not here to work right now. That's not the main focus. The main focus is getting the house under control so my mother can move. I started drinking my own urine like intensively again. And of course, like it tastes nice. Like I like the taste. Not when you haven't done it in a while, and when you eat meat, it doesn't taste that good. And if you had like unhealthy foods, it doesn't taste very good. But like I can feel the difference in my mood, in everything. My body, I'm still a little bit stiff from the cold, and because I'm teaching around 8, 9, 10 hours every week of yoga classes. And of course, like, because I haven't done anything in quite a while, I know I'm teaching yoga, but I took I'm teaching asana, I would say. I'm teaching asana. And I took a break from July until, yeah, right now actually, where I haven't done a lot of intense work. I've been more focusing on my mental journey, my spiritual journey. And that spiritual journey and my satisfaction within myself, my ability to be with myself and not being like in my head all the time, is highly related to me drinking my own urine. I see it, I feel it. My mother knows about it. I've talked to her about it, and she does see the difference in me. I even feel my skin has become, in the last few days, like it's become more clear again. It was like I had a little bit of spots coming. They're gone, completely gone. I even had like things on my chest coming back. I was getting a little bit worried. I was getting a little bit more stiff. Yeah, so like I think I want to do some vlogging about this because it's highly controversial. It's not something you can talk about to anyone, but if you're looking at my video, you obviously researched on urine therapy, so you can always write me. There is lots of good materials out there. God Productions, I have spoken to him maybe 2 years ago. Briefly, he's a very nice guy. There's lots of videos out there on the subject, which I highly encourage you to watch. I don't need to talk about what's in it, why it's good, because there is so much resources out there that you can find. Mr. Armstrong wrote the book Your Own Waters. I have all of the stuff. I've read most of it. Actually, I didn't even need to read it because I actually read most of the material after I started doing it because it just felt right. So yeah, I think I'm almost celebrating 2 years of urine therapy. There has been some periods of time where I have not been drinking it a lot, and I have never done a urine fast completely. Me and fasting, we are not good friends. I can do fasting with other people when there are other people out there, but on my own, no, I'm not a fasting person. So this video was a little bit all over. Me and my editing is not there yet, so I won't be editing this. This will just be a long talk of me talking. Hopefully this will come. You can always check out my blog, which I will be updating a little bit about. You can like do some online you can do online Skyping with me consultations. If you're in Denmark, you can obviously get massaging from me. You can take private classes. I have 2 websites. I will link them in the description of my video. And yeah, you can check my website where my blog where I'm blogging about different things. It's very new, but at least I am actually blogging now, which I've been wanting to do for years. Like continuously I'm writing on different things. And urine therapy and the whole abusive parents is 2 big topics on my mind that I sort of have to get out. I have to talk about it. I have to be open. I've been closed about so many things for many years, been so concerned about what other people think. And actually, you know what? It doesn't matter because I am doing whatever feels good. And I have decided when I speak to people that if I feel like they won't understand, I'm not gonna say anything because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But if I have the faint idea that people will understand this, I will tell them. I even talked to a friend about it, and she was actually. It turns out she did it years before I did, and now she's not doing it. You should be doing it. You know who I'm talking about. That sounds wrong like this, but yeah, you have to be in the right place, and it's not like it's free, it's easy, you can always do it. Yeah, um, just like get it on, man. Drink your own urine, man. It's awesome. I really truly think that this has saved my life, and like, yeah, if you have constipation problems, it is like a laxative. If you're feeling too much hungry, you can do urine therapy, because you will slim down to your normal size. Slowly, it's not a magic pill. It takes a little bit of time. Mentally, you will be calming down, you will be more grounded, more relaxed. Um, it's called Shivambu. Shivambu is like, what is it? Yeah. It's your own cistine. You're drinking of your own waters. It's gateway to God, whatever that means. This is a long ass video. I hope somebody will watch it. But if you checked it out, you can check out my blog, Masum. I will link it in the description below. Yeah, and you can find me on Facebook as well under Masum. Um, Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Bye.